So in one of our prior discussions, we discussed the expected value technique. Okay, the expected value technique was basically about assigning probabilities to different outcomes and then finding out what the most likely expected value is going to be. But there could be situations, where you don't have probabilities assigned to you directly, but still you want a technique to predict the outcome, and you want to decide your strategy based on this. So, today, what we are going to do, first of all, before we go into another discussion, is we are going to understand how to construct something that is known as a payoff table. Okay, this payoff table later will help us to uh, understand key, depending on my approach, depending on my risk strategy, how exactly am I going to approach my decision making. But to get to that stage, first of all, we need to understand what is a payoff table and how do we construct it. Look at this question. Okay. They have asked you construct the payoff table. That's it. Gordon Ramsay runs a kitchen that provides food for various canteens throughout a large organization. A particular salad is sold to the canteen for 10 and costs 8 to prepare. Therefore, the contribution per salad is 2. Based upon past demands, it is expected that during the 250-day working year, the canteens will require the following daily quantity. On 25 days of the year, you will need 40 salads. On 50 days of the year, you will need 50 salads. On 100 days of the year, you will need 60. And on 75 days of the year, you will need 70 salads. The kitchen must prepare salad in batches of 10. Now, there are 2 points here that are important. First of all, what problem am I trying to solve? My problem is I can prepare and send salads in batches of 10, but I don't know exactly how much demand will I get on any particular day. मुझे नहीं पता. At this point of time, I have no idea, no clue on how much demand will I get on one particular day. Okay, so there has to be a way in which I can predict that. So here, what we are doing is we are trying to understand ki, first of all, what is the problem? I can supply 14 or 50 or 60 or 70, but I don't know what the demand is going to be. The demand could be 40 and I end up supplying 50. That means 10 will get wasted. The demand could be 60. I end up supplying 40. And in that case, there will be demand that is not serviced. So customers will go away and I will lose out on an opportunity to make money. So there are different scenarios that are possible. I need a matrix basically of all possible different scenarios. What do I mean by that? Demand is 40 and I supply 40. What is the outcome? Demand is 40, but I end up supplying 50. What is the outcome? Demand is 70 and I end up supplying 50. What is the outcome in terms of profit? So this is a matrix that I have to construct of so many values. Now, please understand कि ये whenever you have to construct a matrix like this which has different values, different numbers, it is known as the payoff value table. ठीक है, that is known as the payoff value table. And to construct this table there are some simple rules that you need to keep in mind. ठीक है, so always ask the question, so while constructing a table you need to first of all know what is the problem. The problem statement is I don't know what is the demand likely to be. ठीक है, I can supply 40 or 50 or 60 or 70. ठीक है, none of these pose a problem to me. But I don't know what the demand is going to be like. I might supply 40, but the demand on that day is 50. I will not be able to service the demand. I might supply 50, but the demand is only 40. Okay, 10 salads will not get sold. They will get wasted. So, before coming to any conclusion, I would want a I would want an array of data in front of me which lists down all the possible outcomes, and that will help me to make a decision. This table that we will construct is called the payoff table. ठीक है, अब ये payoff table when you are constructing, the question is how to construct the table. Ask yourself the question. What question do you want to ask yourself? What is in my hand and what can I control and what can I not control? What is in my hand? What can I control? And ask yourself the question, what can I not control? Now, what can I control? I can control I can control units supplied. What can I not control? Let me, put this word in capitals. What can I not control? I cannot control the units demanded. Okay. So units supplied is known as my decision variable. This I can control, this I can decide. Okay. This is called my decision variable. Okay. And what is this called? This is called my risk variable. Why is it my risk variable? Because this keeps on fluctuating. Now, I don't know what value will I end up putting. I don't know kya calculation karunga. I don't know anything. So this is fluctuating. This is changing. This is called my risk variable. And what I can control is called my decision variable. ठीक है. तो जो decision variable है, put it in columns. And जो risk variable है, put it in rows. है ना. अब let's understand how to construct the table. ठीक है. Decision variable is always in columns, risk variable is always in rows. ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे different levels of daily supply. ठीक है. What I can control, it will be in the columns. ठीक है. 40 units. Then 50 units. I can supply 50. I can supply 60 and I can also supply 70. This is what I can control. What is the demand here going to be? Demand can be for 40 units or demand can be for 50 units or it can be for 60 units or it can be for 70 units. Okay. Now this is my risk variable. I will call it my daily demand is my risk variable in this case. ठीक है. So I write it down कि भाई daily supply and daily demand. This is the structure of the table. ठीक है. अब what is the selling price per unit? Selling price per unit is 10. What is the cost per unit? 8. Cost per unit is 8. Now, let's look at different scenarios. Okay, scenario 1. Let's color code it. Okay, this is 40 units are demanded and 40 are supplied. Now, if 40 are demanded, 40 are demanded means 40 will be sold, correct? So, revenue will be 40 into 10, that is 400. Okay. 40 are supplied means 40 were produced. What is the cost going to be? Cost is going to be 40 into 8. 40 units are made. Cost of making each unit is 8. So 320. How much will my profit be? My profit will be 400 minus 320. That is 80. Let me write down 80 here. So this is the first scenario indicated by yellow. Ab, let's pick the next scenario, which is 40 units are supplied. Sorry, 50 units are demanded and 40 units are supplied. Okay, so 50 are demanded, which means 50 could be sold, but supply was done. Supply was done only for 40 units. So revenue earned, you had the capacity, you had the scenario possible to sell 50, but आप बेच कितना पाए? आप बेच 40 ही पाए. Why? Because because supply से 40 units का हुआ था. So revenue earned was 40 into 10, that is 400. But ठीक है, revenue earned was 40 into 10 this way, and 40 are supplied, which means 40 were produced. If 40 were produced, that means the cost is 320. So profit will be 320 minus 320, that is 0. Sorry, not 320. What am I saying? 400 minus 320, not 320 minus 320. 400 minus 320, that is 80. 80 is my profit here. So again, here I will have an 80. Okay, now let's pick up another this thing. Let's pick up this situation. 50 are supplied, 40 are demanded. यहाँ पे 40 units are demanded and 50 are supplied. If 40 units are demanded, means 40 units will be sold and the revenue will be 400. But 50 are supplied, which means 50 were made. So cost of making 50 will be 50 into 8, which is 400. Now in this case, the profit will be 400 minus 400, which is 0. So this number is 0. Okay, let's pick up another value. Say I pick up this one. What is this scenario? 70 are supplied, 60 are demanded. Okay, so 60 units are demanded and 70 are supplied. Okay, so 60 units demanded means 60 will be sold. Revenue is 60 into 10, that is 600. ठीक है. 70 are supplied means 70 were produced. So cost of making 70 is 70 into 8. 7 eights are 56. So 560. Profit will be 600 minus 560 equal to 40. यहाँ पे you should write down 40. So this is how we are constructing this table, which is known as the payoff table. Let's take another value. Let's let this be denoted by, चलो orange करते हैं इसको. Oh God. What is this situation? Orange क्या है? Orange is 70 are supplied, 40 are demanded. ठीक है. 40 units are demanded, but 70 are supplied. 40 demanded मतलब 40 का सेल हो जाएगा. 40 into 10 you will get 400. 70 are supplied, which means 70 were produced. Cost of making them is 560. यहाँ पे प्रॉफिट कितना होगा? यहाँ पे प्रॉफिट होगा 400 minus 560, which gives me minus 160. ठीक है. So this is how I would tabulate multiple scenarios. ठीक है. अब इसमें देखो आप. Now of course I will let you calculate the remaining, but to populate the table now, this would be minus 80, this would be 80, this would be 80. I want you to redo the calculations once on your own. Then this would be 100, 100, 100. This would be minus 20, 120, 120, minus 160, minus 60, and 140. This is how the payoff table is constructed. This is your payoff table. Now, this payoff table we are going to use in a couple of other techniques in the future. But abhi ke liye, this is the payoff table. And one more calculation. That is how to assign probabilities. ठीक है. Now, look at this. 40 salads on 50 days. This is the demand, right? 40 salads are demanded on 25 days of the year. 40 salads are demanded on 25 days of the year. ठीक है. And total days are 250. So what is the probability of 40 salads being demanded? Probability is 25 upon 250, which is 10%. ठीक है. Then 50 salads are demanded on 50 days of the year. Are demanded on 50 days of the year. And total days are 250. So probability of 50 salads being demanded is 50 upon 250, 1/5 of that. Sorry, yeah, 1/5 of that. So that would give me a probability of 20%. 10%, 20%, 100 upon 250, which is basically 40%, and then naturally 30%. These are my probabilities. हर क्वेश्चन में probability होगा ही ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है. But in this question, probabilities they had expected us to calculate, so we calculated it for them. Simple, nothing else. ठीक है. So let this be the starting point of the payoff table. ठीक है. And Once we have that clarity, in the next discussion that we are going to have, we are going to look at multiple techniques of decision making. But this is the base for that. The payoff table is the base for that. Try to construct one entire payoff table on your own. यही payoff table एक बार try to construct. It will help you develop your understanding of constructing payoff tables in a better way.